This episode of United by Trucks is brought to you by Continental Tire, where between now and August 31st, you can get a $100 prepaid gift card on any of their 3 qualifying tires for this promotion. That includes the Cross Contact LX25, which is their all-season tire, their Terrain Contact HT, which is their premium highway terrain tire, and their Terrain Contact AT, which is their all-terrain tire for CUVs, SUVs, and light trucks. So hit the link down in the description to order your Continental tires and receive a $100 prepaid gift card. And we've got some new hats up on the website. We got the new well-worn rope style hat and camo UBT patch hats. So head over to United by Trucks or click the link down in the description. Grab yours today. Now, let's jump into the video. Welcome to United by Trucks. I'm in the Blazer. It's Friday night. I got all this stuff packed in here. Tables are super dirty. We're headed to SCTN. Yes, I'm on the iPhone filming, which means my eyes are all crazy. But we're in UBTK5. All the guys are there. I think Barry's gonna meet me at the Airbnb, and we're gonna have some fun. Looking forward to seeing you guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning at the show. In Tennessee. This is the ride height for UBTK5 on the way to Southeastern Truck Nationals. As you can see, I got this thing all loaded down. Yes, I'm at Wendy's and bringing merch, new hats, all sorts of stuff. Tent, AMD license plate holder. But we're coming that way. Looks like my door isn't shut well. As always, welcome to Chattanooga. Man, they do not make this easy. All this road work. We've been backed up for miles and miles. It says another 2 miles till I can get off. I'm gonna try to do that. Good morning. It is day of Southeastern Truck Nationals. We've been staying in this awesome little cabin. Actually, just me by myself. All the guys stayed in the hotel. Let me flip this camera around and show you what we're working with. Check this out. That's why it pays to go Airbnb. All right, so obviously UBTK5 loaded up, ready to roll. Fired right up. Here we go. Pulling up on TTR and Barry, the crew. I think I'm in the right place. We shall see. No, sir. Man himself.
What's up?
What's up, man? Y'all getting ready to roll over there?
We're ready.
Where's Ron and are they at this one?
They're here.
They're here?
Parked out front. Yeah.
Oh, I missed them. All right, I gotta go catch them. See ya. Morning, y'all. Look who I done found. What's up, dude? Small fist bump. What you doing?
Cleaning my truck up.
Oh man, I need to clean mine. We gotta get TTR and Alex out of here.
All right.
Woo, TTR.
What's happening, man?
Morning, buddy.
Morning.
You stay up too late with this character?
What's up?
What's up, baby?
We were well behaved last night.
Good. Y'all ready to go do this thing?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Good. We're already running late.
That's what we do best.
I'm always running late.
That's what we do best.
All right, man. Let's do it. Where'd the caravan of trucks go? They were all like doing circles right, Bryan. So you're the man of the day. Tell us what we're doing here, Southeastern Truck Nationals.
2020 Southeastern Truck Nationals. We moved it to Wilson County Fairgrounds. We kind of outgrew our last spot over at Moss Wright Park in Glistle. Kind of feel like we made a good decision because this year we had 1,023 trucks.
Good.
So we'd have been turning some people away. Would have upset some people if we stayed in Glistle.
Tell us what your favorite part of the day is so far.
The weather. That's always my scariest part, is that it just pours and nobody shows up. For years I was always scared nobody would show up. Well, we only have 50 guys or something like that, but the last couple of years, just my buddies. And now I'm scared too many people come, that we're going to run out of room like we did almost last year. So that's always my fear, that we always accommodate. And naturally, I want everybody to have a good time, and I try to please everybody, even though we all know we can't, whether it's judging or whether it's just having a good time and enjoying the area here, natural area. So
I gotta say, man, thanks for having us out. And do you have any idea what next year is going to look like?
No clue.
No clue.
I know the date. It'll be July 10th, 2021.
Right.
That's about the only thing I know right now.
Awesome. Well, Bryan, thanks for having us today. I really appreciate your time, man. It's a great event.
Thanks for coming out, Robbie.
Okay guys, so I'm here with Bryan Ashley, the C10 girl on Instagram. She has her freshly built 70 step side, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about it. So what are we looking at here?
So 1970 Chevy step side. We got the original truck when I was 7, and we kind of started from there. Me and my dad kind of took it apart. We ended up having to get a completely new frame because it was all junk. So we 415 that frame, did like a 4.6 drop just to start me out. Put on 15s and it sat on the side of the house for years until about 3 years ago we got it out and started working on it full time. And I had it 250 originally for it, but we ended up getting, because that was what was out of the original truck.
Yep.
And we ended up cleaning it up with like oven cleaner, and then we realized there was a humongous crack all the way down the block.
Oh no!
So that kind of went out the window, so I didn't really know what to do. And then my dad bought the 84 crew cab he has now.
Yeah.
And he LS swapped it, so I got the 350 out of that.
And it's a 350 small block.
350 small block.
What's the transmission?
700 R4.
So 700 R4, automatic overdrive, which obviously makes it much more
better,
nice on the street.
Yes.
But I gotta say, the wheel and tire package on this truck is awesome. So tell us a little bit about what those are.
Billet Specialties, they're speedways, 20s in the front, 22s in the back. I was very blessed to have Billet Specialties sponsor me, and Bryan with the wheels. So we got them powder coated to make them a little bit different, a little more unique.
They look really, really killer.
Thank you.
And especially with the stance, I think you got it dialed in. And Barry, I want to point out one thing real quick. If you'll just walk over here with me. She even has C10 girl on her badge here, which I think is really, really cool. So Bryan, what is your favorite part about this truck? I mean, there's got to be something, since you built this with your dad.
Probably the interior.
Okay.
I love the Mexican blanket. I love the stickers up top. I don't know, and the color. Jason, I did the body work with Jason Bullock, and then he painted it. It's just such a blessing because I just learned so much along the way.
Yeah.
But I just love the color.
So you've got stickers from folks all over the industry.
Yes, all over the United States.
That's very cool. Very, very cool. Well, I love the truck. I think it's really cool. And you did white bumpers. It's kind of got that down and dirty sort of base model vibe, but very cool stance, awesome wheels and tires, and I love the truck. So thanks for letting us take a look at it. You've done a good job.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right, guys, so we're here with my buddy Derek. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, you have brought your killer 83 GMC out, man. Tell us a little bit about this truck.
Yeah, so it's 83 GMC, obviously. Sat in my dad's backyard for over 8 years. Just house sitting his dog one day, said, hey, what are you going to do with the truck? And he's like, take it, do something with it. So that's where the project began. It's got a LY6 LS in it, 6 liter. It's got a 4L80 tranny. Did the suspension. It's got a springs and spindles up front, flip kit in the rear, 373 gear with a posi unit, Dakota digital dash.
Man, you got the full whammy on this thing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the wheel and tire setup you got going.
So those are Coys actually, but if you notice the center caps are different on it. It's just something we did different. We found a guy online that was machining some different center caps to not make them look like Coys.
Well, it looks awesome. I love the meat you got on the back too.
Yeah,
man.
actually probably about to go up. There are 295s on the rear. I think we're going to try 305.
Oh, heck
So
yeah.
put a little more under there.
What's your favorite part of this truck?
Probably the fact that me and my dad built it together. And then every year I do something different. For instance, last year I did the Little Shop Manufacturing wheel wood kit all the way around, so it's got full wheel discs now, which is huge.
Yeah.
The engine, there's a really cool story on the engine. So my dad owns a towing company, and he got a truck that, a big box truck that hit a tree, and we got the engine out of it. The truck was hit so hard the engine was lodged in the truck sideways. It broke both motor mounts.
Oh my God.
Transmission mount, broke the starter off the engine, and it was wedged. We had to take a sawzall and cut the frame off to even get the engine out.
You're a real man for tackling that one.
So when you see up under the hood, you'll understand why there's a lot of aftermarket parts, because it threw battery acid all over the engine. So we just went through, I did intake, everything. We changed it all up.
Well, it's an awesome truck, man. Thanks for taking the time to tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we're here with Matt Kenner, who has a really, really cool 68 short bed step side that I actually watched being built on the 67 to 72 Chevy truck forum.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't been on there in a while, so I don't know if you've been keeping that forum up, but I've been paying attention to what he's been doing on Instagram. And what's your Instagram handle?
Slick 68 Chev.
Slick 68 Chev. So go check it out on Instagram. But Matt, tell us about this beautiful truck. How did you end up with this thing?
I was 19 years old. I just had some financial issues and kind of had to start over. You know, me and my wife just got married, and we weren't married long. And my dad was going to have me get a truck. I said, well, I'm going to get a truck. I want an old truck. So I've always liked 67, 68. So I said, that's what I want. So we went to a couple of car shows, looked around. We finally were at Street Rod National South in Knoxville. And it was May of 2000. Walked down the hill, and there this truck was. It was black, original black truck, black with white top. But it had been repainted solid black, had like a bright red interior.
Yeah.
And, you know, 6-cylinder, 3-cylinder column, just a basic bare bones truck.
Yeah, that's the way I like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, but it was, everything was right, you know, good price, you know, perfect price and everything. So we bought it, and my dad helped me get it. I just paid him back for it. And, you know, that was 20 years ago, obviously. So
no kidding.
20 years. And
20 years.
It's just been a constant progress, you know. Drove it about a year with the 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
In 2001, we pulled the engine out, put a 350 in it, just basic running 350, turbo 350, and drove it daily. We was a daily driver for several years, and then in 2006, we decided to take it apart and paint it. There was a few little rust issues here and there, and the paint was starting to kind of look pretty bad. So we decided to repaint it. So we pulled it apart, got it ready for paint. Picked this. It's called Atlantic Blue Pearl.
Yeah.
It's from a 2004 to 2008 Dodge Ram trucks.
Okay.
We'd see them riding around town, and my dad's like, "That's the color you need," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I like that.
Definitely better than black. So,
Yeah,
you know.
well, it's a unique color, but it also feels like something that would have come on a 67 to 72 truck. And it kind of has that vibe.
It fits the truck well, you know, it
just
really
a little
does.
more modern.
Yeah.
You've obviously taken it much farther than stock now, so I know you've done a lot to it over the last couple of years. So let's start with the suspension and the wheel and tire setup. What have you done to it, and what's
suspension-wise, I'm running total cost-involved suspension, front and rear. The front setup, it's all bolt-in, whole new cross member, hub-to-hub, brakes, everything, Willwood, 13-inch 6-piston brakes up front, 12-inch brakes with dual piston D52s in the rear.
Yeah.
It's got the Ride-Tech single adjustable pullovers on the front. The rear suspension from TCI is a torque arm. Really made the grip, really made the handle well, so it sticks like glue. I mean, it handles really well.
Well, and that speaks to sort of the wheel and tire setup, but also what you do with this truck.
Right.
So tell us about the wheel and tire setup, and then tell us what you do with this truck, you know, throughout the year.
Okay. Wheels and tires, it's pretty simple and basic on this one. Just 18 by 9.5 Rambler, 5 1/4 bike spacing, 275/35 tires. Currently running Bridgestone Potenza RE71Rs, but usually I'll run the BFG throttles.
Okay. But we hardly ever see you at shows with this truck, but that's because you're doing something else with it. So what do you do with this truck throughout the year?
Mostly autocross.
Okay.
I go to about 6 to 7, maybe 8 events a year. Just go to mainly autocross events like Good Guy. And this year we'll be doing the Pro Touring Truck Shootout in Bowling Green. So.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Arnie here reporting from OBS Builder's Guide. Robbie and I were supposed to get together at the Southeastern Truck Nationals, and man, once we saw each other, we gave each other a kiss, said hello, and went 2 different ways. So, man, I'm here dropping off the truck for the students at All American Signs. They're going to do a wrap on the truck, man. This is their entry for the shootout. Remember, the show is August 8th and 9th at the NCM Motorsports Park, and we're going to have dinner at the National Corvette Museum after the drivability cruise. So we're not allowed to have spectators at the track. I have 170 truck Corolla guys competing because now they're competitors. But what we're going to do is you can join us on the truck crawl. So at 6 o'clock, we're going to leave the track, pass right by the museum, and go to the Dueling Grounds Distillery that's there in Kentucky. So guys, come join us August 8th and 9th. Robbie's going to be there. Street Trucks is going to be covering it. Every square body, round body, Chevrolet body, Ford body, Dodge body, that's a Pro Touring truck that's got some kind of suspension done to it, we'll be there. Hope you are too. See y'all later.
We'll see you there for that.
Oh yeah, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be a great event. You got to tell us about the power plant, and it's sort of a common thing. I'm going to say this, it's a common thing that is happening in the classic truck world, but you actually did something a little different than what a lot of people have been doing. So tell us a little bit about your drivetrain.
Yeah, I just started off with a LS1. It's just basic LS1 motor when I got it, and again just put it in there at first just to upgrade to the LS motor when I blew up a 350. So it was like, well, okay. And I was on a tight budget. I really didn't want to, and I didn't want a full wiring. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to carburetor.
And that's what I remember.
And so yeah, so I put the carburetor in. I ran that for a while. Everything worked great. When I did the suspension in 2017, I also upgraded to the AFR heads. So we upgraded AFR heads, kept the carburetor, but in all honesty, the AFR heads did not like the carburetor.
Yeah.
Just to put it lightly. I mean, it just didn't like it. Wrong signal, all that stuff. So last year I decided to upgrade to EFI. I'm running a 700 R4 transmission, so I needed to be able to keep my throttle valves set up. So I decided just to go with the 4150 throttle body style, where it's still EFI, still multi-point EFI, but it looks like a carburetor.
Yeah.
So
well, I think
retain the original look that I went with on it. So keeping the look and carbureted, and it's really fun because a lot of people ask me why I carbureted.
Right.
It's really not now, but okay.
But it was at one point in time, and I thought that was really cool when I was watching it on the forum being built. How carbureted setup. But I love the truck. I think it's really cool. You've obviously got great interior. It's set up for racing, set up for autocross, and I think it's a unique truck in a sea of trucks that are bagged and slammed and laid on the ground. And big LS power. You've actually built this for form and function. I think that's really cool. So I appreciate your time talking to me about the truck. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Is that showing up in the is that showing up in the frame?
I don't think so.
I'm here with Stephen Williams, and it's what on Instagram?
At Dirty's Chop Shop.
At Dirty's Chop Shop, and I have been following this build on Instagram, and if you haven't, you've been missing out, because this is probably one of the best patina trucks I've ever seen, and it's a 64 small window. But give us a lowdown, man. Tell us what's been going on with this truck over the last year or two.
Bought it off Kansas Craigslist, and had it brought in. It was a long bed, and had it cut down to a short mill. Bought some GSI chassis parts from there. Took us about a year to build.
You got, I guess, GSI cross member up front.
Yeah, GSI up front, and then a back
half in the rear.
Yeah.
And then tell us what you did on the wheels and tires, man. They're killer.
The wheels, the Budniks, I've had them about 3 or 4 years actually.
Yeah, I think you used to have them on a square body.
I had them on a red and black square body.
First time I met you, you had those on the red and black.
I had it on a 72, and then I had them sitting around, didn't have them on anything, and I was building this truck. I thought, well, that might be perfect for that truck, so that's where they're going to stay.
Definitely are perfect. What you got going for a power plant?
6.0 out of my 05 HD 2500 two-wheel drive. We changed the heads, changed the cam, added a car intake on it, and had it sprayed. And a 4L80 transmission.
And it looks killer.
Also, Heart Fab inner fenders, Heart Fab firewall panels, Heart Fab filler panels, and also Heart Fab bed panels. The guy does great work.
Oh, you can tell. I mean, this engine bay looks amazing.
4-wheel disc wheel wood brakes, 14s in the front, 13s in the rear, 6-piston calipers. I've got a Snowden seat on the inside, Dakota digital gauges. Actually, all the lines, air lines and fuel lines are all bent aluminum. I did all that. Probably wasted about 100 foot learning, but
that's what it's all about.
I kind of got the hang of it. So,
well, man, it is a killer truck, and as I said in the beginning, I love the patina on this truck. Obviously, it lays flat out on the ground, and that's just cool, regardless. But I think the patina and it being small window and that just down and dirty kind of feel is what really makes this truck awesome.
It's 90% sheet, original sheet metal.
I know, that's so cool, man. Well, thanks for showing it to us, Steve.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. So I'm here with Jason from Dead End Garage, and we're checking out what is one of the first trucks you built under Dead End Garage, I guess?
Correct.
All right, so it's a 71 C10, but Jason, tell us a little bit about the history on this truck.
We loaded up one day, my son and I, my wife and his wife, current wife now, and what he did.
It's C10 Club, Mississippi.
Lord, can't take y'all nowhere.
So we headed up to Jackson, Mississippi, and on the way there, that's kind of where we was kicking around a name for the garage. And so we back and forth, and by the time on the ride home, Dead End Garage come up. That's kind of where we landed with it. It's we live on a dead end, a cul-de-sac in the back end of a cul-de-sac, so we knew nothing about C10s, you know. So we contacted Porterbuilt, Nate with Porterbuilt, and bought a rear half, probably one of his first versions he's done. So it's got a rear Porterbuilt suspension on it, and it's got some of their stuff on the front. It's got some AccuAir on it, got some Coy wheels on it with some Nitto tires.
What size are the Coy wheels?
Coys are 20 by 10s, 20 by 9s in the front.
Very cool.
This, what we see here, this is it's a drift trike, so this kind of evolved a little bit.
Look at this thing.
And some of the unique stuff we got under here, it's got car hood hinges that holds this up.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason behind that is that we was trying to get something with a hatch kind of kick forward, so we can undo another hatch in the front.
So it looks like you got some of your DEG bracketry to hold this thing down, but I mean, did you build this?
So this is my son. My son built this. It never intended to go in the back here. So as you know how I am, I like to have something that's kind of different.
For sure.
So right before cruising the coast one year, we said, hey, we need to put this in the back of it. So I sat down and started trying to figure out how I could still put it in the back here, still raise this up, and then take it off. So the pin slides out. That axle's hollow, so that slides out of the axle, and then you just take it right off. And it pivots on it too, so it allows you to pick it up and it stays in one spot. Been on Hot Rod Power Tour in 2015. We have a spot down here that we usually put an ice chest in. We use that now. We use it for ice chest or Power Tour toolbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we use the toolbox in there.
Which, if you haven't heard his I guess, contribution on Ronnie's Seats and Talk podcast about how to travel and pack for a road trip and the things you need. You should definitely check that out. It's probably been 2 years ago now, a little bit of an older episode, but this guy spends a lot of time on the road in his truck, so he knows what it takes to get down the road, you know, carefully and safely, but also have the things you need in case something does go wrong. So definitely check out that podcast. But this is super cool, but you got to tell me about what's going on under the hood.
Basically, it's just a 307 that we put a cam. We got Holley Terminator fuel injection on it. But probably the most thing that means the most to us is these valve covers. Back when I was a teenager, my grandfather, we built the 70 Nova back then. And he just let me go through the shop and pick parts out. So these valve covers got picked at that time back when I was in high school in 1985. When the car got sold, I had the valve covers off of it. So we was building this truck. So we implemented that into the truck.
Cool.
Got them painted, the script. So that's got a lot of meaning to us. That's hung around the family for a while.
Yeah, that is cool, the sentimental value that, you know, that you can incorporate into these trucks. Something as simple as valve covers have that kind of meaning. And I think that means a lot to you know, a lot of folks who are out there building these types of trucks with their family members, or at least with parts that have come from their family.
Sure.
So, Jason, this is a cool truck, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me about it.
Thank you.
Y'all go check out Dead End Garage on Instagram. They got some cool stuff going on. Oh, look at these two I found. Mike, what's going on,
There you go,
man?
sir.
TTR, what are y'all over here conspiring about?
We're just sending him home some tubs for the truck.
What?
We're gonna get that thing looking good and get some extra clearance under there.
Oh.
These are the new mild tubs that are made to fit around the factory air condition. They give you about 1 3/4 inches more clearance upwards, 2 to 3 inches wider, and they look just like a nice smooth factory tub.
Yeah, they sure do, man. Those things look great.
Just cleans it up under the hood there and gives you a little more extra room.
Well, heck yeah. Well,
Stop that rubbing.
Stop that rubbing, that's right. Well, we're really excited to be running these on Pecos. These are gonna be killer. Mike, you got to give us a little bit of rundown about the business itself, man. How long have you been at this?
We're about 9.5 years now. Started building our first tubs for Cloud9, and then just started spinning off from there. People wanted them, and we started building them for them, and then wanted them for the 73 through 87, the 60 to 66, 88 to 98. So we've just kept going.
Next thing you know, Bryan Ashley's drug you out here in the heat in Lebanon, Tennessee, right?
Exactly.
Well, I think you're making a killer product. Obviously, we're really excited to be running these on Ron's truck. Ron, what do you think about this, man? What made you want to run these things?
Me and Mike, we've talked a few times, even back when I had my 72, and now that they have the ones for the static drop with factory AC, I mean, we spent a decent amount of money to be able to keep my factory AC in the truck the way it was. So there's no point in reinventing the wheel when Mike already pretty much reinvented it for me to be able to keep the factory AC. So I'm super excited about it. I know we're going to run a pretty wide wheel in the front. I wouldn't say a hefty tire, but I mean, we're going to have some decent sidewall on it, some meat on it. So I think these fit the bill. They're everything that we're looking for. They look great. They fit great. Can't ask for anything more than that.
It's just what Pecos needs.
That's exactly what it needs.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Do you want to snuggle with these tonight, or you want me to?
You're going to have to snuggle with them, bud.
All right, then I will. I figured I'd give you first dibs, but if you don't want it, I will.
Always heard Slosh Tubz make a great pillow.
Hey, this blanket is amazing.
Oh yeah. Right on.
Pretty cool. He gave us all the hardware with it, templates, shop banner.
Shop banner.
Pretty cool, man.
Pecos getting hooked up.
Dude, I'm super excited about this.
Me too, man.
I really am. This is
it's gonna be awesome.
2020, it's been a crazy year for some people, but it's almost been dream come true year for me. I mean, street trucks, now redoing this whole truck and having some really cool parts on it.
Dude, what a wonderful perspective, man.
It's even better. So
man, that's awesome.
I've got nothing to complain about.
I like that. I love it. You're the man, Ron.
Cue the music.